everyone, it's Violet Chantal here, and quickly, I just wanted to come on camera and talk about this quickly. There is so much coverage that's happening for me tonight about the Weeknd and Abel and stuff like that, that this is such a massive piece of news that I wanted to kind of go in depth about it quickly right now instead of waiting for like the live stream doing with Kevin Falk later tonight about the Sao Paulo show that's happening, the live stream for it and stuff like that, and then the concert itself. And so let's just talk about it here in a quick video. The album cover for Hurry Up Tomorrow is out. I'm assuming everybody has already seen it, but here it is one more time, and all of it's just beautifulness and stuff like that. However you want to label this. Personally, for me, I will just jump right into the chase. I am somebody that the album covers are a significant part about the album. I personally, album titles and song names, so like I care about them, but like the album cover for me is really what I feel like defines the album outside of the music itself. The album cover can bring out a certain like layer to the album and a certain like emotional kind of connection and like intimacy, and just like overall like feeling and stuff like that the actual music itself is wanting to be along with it, and just like and just complimenting it, I guess, also, if you want to say it like that. And so I just really love album covers, and with The Weeknd, I've always loved his album covers. I don't think he has had a single bad cover, in my opinion. I think they're all fantastic. I'm not going to fully 100% be like, oh my god, like this is like the best of the best, because I haven't heard the album yet, of course. I'm gonna wait for the album to come out before I say something like definitively, of course. But I'm just gonna say it. I am a dramatic girl. It's just in my blood. But I genuinely think once this album is out, this might be my favorite album cover he's ever had. This cover is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. And the reason why I really feel that way is because let's start off, I guess, with two overall points that I'm trying to make. First point, I have the skate decks in the background just as a reference, but also will show them here. Talk about House of Balloons, and we have like the black and white portrait of the nude woman in the bathtub and stuff like that with the balloons. And then we have Thursday, like the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like portraits. Then we have Echoes of Sounds, like this ominous sort of imagery, like a woman and just like this very reddish aesthetic and stuff like that. And then around Thursday and stuff like that, Abel kind of revealed himself, like officially, for the first time, I believe it was in August or so. What was that? I think it was at the Mod Club, which is no longer around, unfortunately. And then, of course, we have, the trilogy cover art. And then we fully go on to Kissland, and we have these, imagery and, these, portraits of Abel with, each project and very different kinds of styles of it. We have, a pretty, sleek one with Kissland. Then we have a sort of, choppy, sort of, scrapbooky look of, Be Behind the Madness. Then we have a very, very, cool one, and, confident one with, Starboy. Then we have this very, distant one with, My Dear Melancholy, specifically to focus on this current trilogy. We go from After Hours to Dawn FM to now Hurry Up Tomorrow. I love this cover when you look at the entire history of his album covers, but really also when you look at this current trilogy, because we have now gone from The Weeknd being a mysterious, Abel just being a mysterious figure, being ominous, not and he talked about this recently, the Brazil Billboard interview, not wanting to be the stupid famous celebrity and stuff like that, in terms of how he presents himself. But he has gone from, as an artist, because the art is what he really is fulfilling him, and I understand that as much as I can, because I totally am in a lot of ways, with that. And so I emotionally connect to that sort of reasoning of his for caring so deeply just about this rebirth, reawakening artistry wise and stuff like that. And we have now gone from him starting off as an ominous sort of just mysterious, not really knowing who he is, kind of person figure in music, to now just one of the most intimate covers you can get. This massive close up of him in a tank top and the emotion in his eyes. It is so just the evolution of the covers. From going from House of Balloons to now this, it's incredible to see, and I think he's done an amazing job with his covers throughout this entire Weeknd journey. Because I'm assuming this is the last Weeknd album. It hasn't been 100 billion% confirmed. This is very likely the last Weeknd album before we go on to just Abel Tesfaye kind of music, however he wants to name it. Also, to go back to the trilogy, this specific trilogy. What I also love about it aesthetically and theme-wise, because we can't fully comment, myself also, of course, on how the cover is until we hear the actual album. But from what we know about the album, we have now gone from After Hours, which has this very bloody, disturbing, just in your face, grisly sort of aesthetic with the blood and those greeny, reddy colors. And there's just like this man who was just going for a downward spiral in a lot of ways. And now we go to Dawn FM, this like purgatory setting. Like it's very like black and hollow and empty, but we have this stunning, gorgeous imagery of like an older Abel, you know, like an older Weeknd who is, you know, is basically like, you know, dying in the Dawn FM, you know, universe and is like reborn and stuff like that. And now we have this one here with as stripped back as an imagery as it can be, of because we're stripping back the artist, we're stripping back the Weeknd, and we are dissecting the artist, you know, through Abel himself. And you know, Abel is the one who is going on this journey of like, you know, discovery and like, you know, like a reawakening and like, you know, finding out who he is, you know, like, you know, when tomorrow arrives or wherever he is, as you know, I'll find out who I am. And I think what this album is going for, with like, there's clearly a lot of pain still being explored, and you can see it in his eyes. Like, eyes are what tell the true soul of somebody, and where you find just like the most just like delicate emotions. In this cover, you can tell that, but still, like, we're stripping it back so much because this is a reawakening and a rebirth, you know, for the Weeknd, and like this like reborn kind of thing, and just finding out who he really is and stuff like that, and redefining himself as an artist. And just for that, I think this cover is just brilliant. And so look, you know, I got to hear the album, you know, and it's full of really, you know, the singles, you know, if there are singles, you know, for us. I'm assuming so, because we do a concert happening in a few hours from now. But you know, of course I have to hear how it, you know, it sounds and how I relate to it with the cover and stuff like that, of course. But this cover, just the evolution of it, I think it's just so beautiful. I think it's beautiful. It's so intimate and just so just like precise in the most like subtle way, and I love that so much. And yeah, I love this cover. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I just think just like this journey has just been beautiful. I mean, I am so grateful, and I feel so blessed, and I'm so happy that I'm alive, you know, for this, and just like I've been able to just experience the joys that the Weeknd, his music has brought me and everybody else. This man just again surprises me, because one thing about these 3 album covers, so After Hours on FM and Hurry Up Tomorrow, definitely subverting expectations. Like, I wasn't expecting a cover like this, you know. I was expecting something a bit more grand, because this era has been very, very cinematic, but the cover is stripping it down to like the real core feelings that we're trying to go for, like the feeling. And I think it's amazing. And so we're subverting expectations in a lot of ways that he's done a really good job at. Just the journey that we have gone on is just like, he's just like the perfect artist that I feel like for me to have connected to, and this is just another example of that. And I just love the journey. I just love this journey that we've gone on from each chapter, and we're really about to get this last one, because I'm again assuming this is the final Weeknd album, you know, before we transition into what the next chapter for Abel and his art is. Which, you know, is a beautiful thing in and of itself, you know. And yeah, and so I love this cover. And so I wanted to cover in a video quickly, just because there's so much that's going to be happening in a few hours with like the concert, the live stream for it. I'm going live after to talk about it with Kevin Falk. Alrighty, gosh, this is crazy, everybody. Oh my gosh. And so yeah, the pre-order also for the album is up on vinyl and CD on the EXO store also, in case people are, there's also a pre-save for streaming services. I do pre-order the vinyl and the CD, because I do collect, like, you know, one day I will show, hopefully soon, my vinyl collection and my CD cassette stuff that I have. I have one reel-to-reel tape also, but not the Weeknd, some of our artists. But like, I do like collecting that kind of stuff, and enjoying it. But with the Weeknd, I do like fully like collect a lot of things, and so I had to get both of those. I know, those first pressings. Yeah, so I can't wait. Here we go, everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. Yay. Okay. My love to everybody. If anybody's watching this on the 7th of September 2024, I will see y'all hopefully later tonight for some more coverage on the Weeknd. The fading is beginning. Oh my goodness. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.